Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have the Bulova Marine Star 200 meter automatic diver, and this is model number 98B209. And as usual, we're gonna open this thing up, look at all the features and functions, check out the build quality, and then I'll let you know what I think of this rapidly disappearing automatic diver from Bulova. Also, make sure you check out my Amazon shopping channel for all of my favorite watches that I've reviewed on this channel, and be sure to visit my Teespring merch store and pick yourself up a t-shirt or a mug. I'll make sure to put both of those links in the description field for you. So here you go, typical Bulova watch box. You got this white outer sleeve here. Let's take a look at this thing. Now, the main reason I wanted to review this watch, I just think it's fantastic looking. The specs, they could stand to be improved, but since this is going away, it's getting more expensive. Normally, I think you could have bought these like 4 or 5 years ago for maybe a couple $100 tops. But they're getting more expensive as they get more rare. So this is currently about $359, which I'll go ahead and tell you right up front, I think is way too expensive for what you're getting. Fantastic looking watch, but way too expensive for the specs. So anyway, with that being said, and I'll probably say that again later in the review just to remind you. But anyway, here we go. Let's open this up. There is the watch. Again, fantastic looking watch. I love Bulova's divers. I just think they're really unique looking without being too quirky and weird, if that makes any sense. Now, here you go down here. Now, Bulova, since they're owned by Citizen, and Citizen's doing this thing lately where they're not including any sort of manuals with their watches. Basically, you go online to register the watch, you go online to set the watch, and to learn about its features. So the days of the big, huge manuals written in multiple different languages are probably over. You just have to go to either Bulova's site or Citizen's site, obviously, because Citizen owns Bulova now, and they have owned it since, I think, 2008. So the days of those big, huge, multilingual manuals are pretty much over, guys. So there you go. All right. Put all this stuff away. Let's talk about this watch. Now, as usual, I'll go ahead and put the specs on the left-hand side of the screen. And let's talk about this thing. Man, it's a good-looking watch. All right, you're looking at a 47 millimeter case. It is 13 millimeters thick. It's 53 millimeters lug to lug. It's on a 22 millimeter rubber strap. It's got a mineral crystal. It is water resistant to 200 meters, which of course is 660 feet. It has a Miyota movement, but I have no idea which movement they're using. Obviously, it's using a Miyota movement because Bulova was bought by Citizen, like I said earlier, in 2008. I just don't know which one it is. I'm guessing the power reserve is probably around 40 hours. Now, if any of y'all guys know which movement is in this watch, and if you do, my hat's off to you, because it was really hard to try to find out which movement they're using in this thing. But if you do know, let me know in the comment section, and I'll put that up and I'll let everybody else know. Now, it is windable. It is not hackable, which is a big, big disappointment. You do have the date over there at 4:30. It doesn't have any sort of date window around it, which I would have preferred, but it's pretty legible. Black numbers on a white background, so it's pretty legible. You do not have a day function. You've got a screw down crown over there at 3 o'clock with some crown guards. The crown is not my favorite, and I'll go into that a little bit later as well. And you have a really nice, believe it or not, 120 click unidirectional bezel. So there you go. There are the specs. Now, I like the looks of this watch a lot. The specs, it's great looking. That's really why I decided to review it. And the fact that I reviewed the previous Bulova C King, I think about 2 years ago. Let me go ahead and put that up on the left-hand side of the screen. There is the C King, the 262 kilohertz quartz model with that really cool sweeping second hand. Really, really cool looking watch. And this is a cool looking watch as well, but this is an automatic version of that watch, basically. Like I said, really good looking. I love the orange tipped hour and minute and the fully oranged out second hand. I just like the way this thing looks a lot. I really do. I like that inner waffle dial right there. I like the indexes. I think they're fantastic looking. This has got a decent amount of lume on it, and I'll demonstrate that later. Let me go ahead. Now you can tell this bezel is a little bit hard to grip. It's not the grippiest thing I have ever reviewed. It's got a nice click action to it. I mean, it stays put, but it's kind of hard to get to, man. It's just, I think the case and the bezel are too close together, so it makes it hard because you want to kind of slide your fingers across the case, so it makes it hard to grip the bezel. So anyway, with that being said, it is a little chromed out for me personally. Not too bad, but it's a little blingy for me personally. Again, that's just, personal opinion. The fake Allen head screws on the bezel, I could definitely, do without those. Now, the Sea King has them as well. I just don't think they're necessary. It does kind of differentiate the watch between different, brands and divers, but I just don't think they're really necessary. Like I said, the bezel does have great click action. I like the bezel. The crown is a little, I wouldn't say loose. There's literally no crown pop to it though. It's just a barely audible or feelable little click to it. When you set the time, the second hand does kind of want to jump and stop kind of like on its own. When I was doing it earlier, it was jumping all over the place, which is a little disappointing, but I'm assuming this is not the best Miyota movement inside of here. I mean, it's not even hackable, so kind of what do you expect? But not too bad. As you can see, it doesn't hack, which is a little, again, disappointing, but anyway. All right, what time is it? Let's go back to the time there. There we go. Now you can see you could do the back play. If you want to stop the second hand, you can do like that and kind of stop it, but it'd just be nice if it was actually hacking second hand. All right, screw it in. Not the smoothest, but not bad. I mean, for what this watch originally cost, I could kind of understand that, but now that this thing is kind of gone through the roof price-wise, you're going to want a better crown. Let's take a look at the rest of it. Highly polished case. As you can see, looks like that crown is signed with the Bulova logo right there. Got some nice crown guards. I mean, it's not bad, guys. The whole watch is not bad, but just for what it is, it's too expensive. And that's only because it's rare right now. You're only going to pay $359 because there are very few of these watches left. And, Bulova aficionados are going to pay that for this thing because it's a fantastic looking watch with decent specs. And that's why, you're going to pay the $359 for it. So anyway, what else? All right, let's look at the strap. Nice rubber strap, real supple, nice and soft. One thing I really did like about this watch, and I've seen this, I think this was on the Sea King as well. The strap has a little hook on the end. See that right there? And that's to help to keep the watch on your wrist. You have to depress it to push it past the keeper to get the keeper over it. See? There you go. I like that. I like that little attention to detail. Looks like you have a signed buckle there. Single tang, just means there's one little tang, one little tooth right there. There you go. Case back, guys, I mean, uninspiring. Nothing at all to say about the case back. You got some laser etched information about the watch around the perimeter there, but nothing cool about the case back at all. Again, for the price, I mean, what do you expect? This is kind of a what do you expect watch. When this watch originally came out, I think, again, it was like $200, maybe even less. I mean, this watch's price has varied widely over its, I think, 5-year production run, I believe. So again, I could only find it on Amazon right now, but you might be able to possibly find it on eBay. Again, you're going to pay a lot of money for it. So you know what? Let's go ahead and try this thing on real quick. I don't know if y'all hear the ambulance in the background there, or the fire truck. All right, let's try this thing on. All right. Man, it feels really good. This strap is awesome, man. Love this strap. This reminds me of the really nice Citizen, those really subtle Citizen straps on some of their Pro Masters. Feels great. Let's go ahead and zap it. See what the loom looks like. Now, I did that a little bit earlier, and I wasn't crazy about it. I'm assuming this is Citizen's proprietary loom. It's not bad, but I prefer that kind of Citizen blue, cobalt blue color. There you go. Not bad. I mean, it's definitely, legible at night. It's, pretty long lasting. Again, this is Citizen's proprietary loom, so I'm not quite sure what they're using. Looks good, though. All right, there you go. Let's cut everything back on. And I'm trying to think of anything else I missed with this watch. Told you about the crown, the bezel, kind of being hard to turn. Like the strap, like the overall look of the watch a lot. Pretty minimal writing. You got a big automatic right there over there at the 3 o'clock index, but you got Bulova, Marine Star, and then 200 meters with a kind of a crown of circles around it. There you go. Wish the date had some sort of bezel around it or frame. But I mean, overall, I like this thing. Again, Too expensive for what it is now. But, you know, hey, if you got to have a Bulova, and Bulova makes some good watches, this is definitely one you want to put in your collection. So what else? Guys, that's really been about it for this one. Again, I'll make sure I'll put a link in the description field so you can head on over to Amazon and pick one up. These are $3.59, like I said earlier. I think, again, it's too expensive, but these are disappearing, you know, really fast, so I can see why they're being marked up. I think the Sea King that I showed you earlier, that 96B228, and I'll put that up on the screen again, I think that's a much better buy. I haven't even seen how much it costs. I shouldn't have said that before I see how much it costs. But I think it's just a cooler watch. You got that really cool sweeping second hand. And obviously it's going to be more accurate because you got the 262 kilohertz movement inside. But guys, those are, I think, $600 right now over on Amazon. So if you really want to have one, you know, $600, man, it's expensive. But I'll make sure to put that link in the description field as well if you want to go over there to Amazon and pick one of those really, really cool 262 kilohertz Sea King Bulova divers. Really, really cool watches. So guys, again, that's really been about it. Again, this has been the Bulova Marine Star 200 meter automatic diver, and this is model number 98B209. If you like it, you got to have it. You got to have it in your collection. You don't mind parting with $360. Go over there to Amazon and pick one of these things up. All right, till the next review, I'll see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.